So John was, yeah, you could keep it on for now. All right. Last night we did a video on the Brainiac Puzzle Kid. Right. We did a video on Brainiac Puzzle Kid. You have to go if you haven't watched the video, the video on the Brainiac Puzzle Kid. You have to do that, please. But I wasn't gonna even turn the camera on for that video, and John just like pretty much begged me. He said because he knew we were kind of wiped out from the day, and he said, Lena, please, you don't have to do anything but turn the camera on and talk. Tell me what tell the camera what you just told me about the Brainiac Puzzle Kid. Because I had told John this whole story about my dream of the Brainiac Puzzle Kid, and it telepathically it took all of 3 seconds to tell John this entire story. Right? That's the point you made. Yeah, that's the point I'm making. It ended up being a not that long a video, but a good sized soliloquy about her relationship with this Brainiac puzzle kid, right? and and I'm so glad I turned that camera on, and that's why it's important to turn the camera on when I ask you to. And you don't have to do it every time if you're really that tired. But I know you, and I know what you're capable of, and you needed to talk about the Brainiac Puzzle Kid. Yeah, so I'm getting very excited though because again, the Brainiac Puzzle kit itself is now ours. I can keep it free and clear. Amazon is not claiming it. They sent it by mistake, and some Brainiac Puzzle Kid John tells me that the guy that this kid is going to show up on my doorstep, practically on your doorstep, not practically. You are going to be handing the Brainiac Puzzle Kid that present on yourself. You're going to hand it to him. You're not giving it to any charity. You're going to meet the Brainiac Puzzle Kid. Boy, yes, it will be a boy. All right, this is interesting. Speaking of which, John F. Kennedy Jr. is reborn here now somewhere in Richmond Hill. Is that right? Yes, that's correct. That's correct. Indian child. Right. So that's a reminder. That's a reincarnation. John F. Kennedy Jr. is reborn right here in Richmond Hill, I think on this block. Is he going to be the Brainiac? He's going to be the Brainiac Puzzle Kid. Really? Yes. John F. Kennedy Jr. reincarnated as the Brainiac Puzzle Kid. That's correct. This is insane. I can't wait to tell Chris. Chris? He's in the kitchen. We'll have to tell him about it, though. He'll be so excited. I always think he's going to be excited. He's just like, wow, that's nice. The Brainiac Puzzle Kid. John F. Kennedy. All right. That sounds good. He's so fucking just... And he's not humoring me. He's completely open to these conceptualizations of John's, right? Love you too much. All right, so what I'm telling you, don't worry about your skin looks great this morning. That thing is all but cleared up. Yeah, but we have a doctor coming for a follow-up on Friday, so I'm excited. It turns out that Friday is that they made the appointment and told me a doctor is coming here in the morning, and that happens to be the anniversary of John crossing over 43 years ago. So we're going to be celebrating. So we'll be up making lobster and stuff when the doctor gets here. Should we offer the doctor some lobster? No. Okay, we won't. Oh, jeez. Will we use the new pan, though? All right, that sounds great. Unless you want to use something else. We could use a terracotta thing. We don't need to use that nice new pan for lobster. All right. What are we going to use that new pan for? How are we going to figure it out? I haven't been up cooking because we've been fighting this staph infection, and it's been, really John takes really good care of me. This is another notation to that guy, Joseph Fox, the deer killer, the bloodthirsty deer killer who tries to act like a motivational speaker. I find out in the meantime, he defriended us because of our video about his beautiful photographs, which became photographs of him grinning with looks like maybe his grandson, or I don't know. He's old as hell. So grinning, but holding the antlers of this beautiful deer that they had just shot and killed. And then I was showing the nice meat in the pan and all this, and how and the video was about how sick that made me, and it made me sick. I don't know what made me sicker: his killing and his happiness about it, the look on his face and the face of his grandson, who he had the nerve to call, "That's my nature boy," proudly. Nature, no, no, Joseph Fox, your nature boy doesn't. Nature boys don't do that. Nature boys commune with animals. They don't murder them and eat them, and have fun doing it, like real happy fun doing it. Like that fucking look of joy on your faces is disgusting. And you're going to call that kid a nature boy? But turns out this guy is a big deal retired cop. So, you know what? No surprises there. John, we have had our experiences with cops, Lena and me both. A lot of hypocritical bullshit going on in that arena. Unfortunately, a lot of followers too. Someone also asked us this morning about Ouija boards and the nature of evil. They asked what Nietzsche would think of Ouija boards, and Lena correctly answered them, according to Nietzsche, that I could tell you what he thinks nowadays, and what he thinks is to stay the hell away from them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like Ouija boards, anybody doing those things. Okay, these are just all recaps of what we've talked about and what went on a while ago, and last night and today and whatever. Brainiac Puzzle Kid. Brainiac Puzzle Kid. Another good holistic remedy. We already showed you, I believe, a couple of days ago for staph infections, but this is a great product and fairly new, but not that new, from what I could tell. It's been around a few years. Spencer's Gel. It really heals it up. It dries it up. If you have a staph infection or any kind of wound that is problematic and doesn't want to heal, you just got to wash it very good with mild soap and water, the wound, and then cover it with this gel. And you can use it as often or as much as you want all day long. So I highly recommend that. And then, but it really dried it out so well that the skin was getting a little bit irritated, and I was getting nervous by the irritation, the dryness. And you know what? I always forget, but coconut oil. Virgin organic coconut oil. Just slather that on dry skin or healing wounds and cuts. Cuts and wounds that are already healing, preferably. That they're, if the scab is itchy or whatever, it does wonders. And I'm looking at the picture over our head of Herman, and he once had a terrible staph infection on his paw. After the operation, he got an infection because there was a bacteria underneath the cast, and he was going crazy, and I had to rush him to the hospital, and they had to cut the cast off, and his whole leg looked like it was like raw meat that spread so fast, this bacterial infection. And they put stuff on it, and then they just told him, okay, well, we'll keep it, don't wrap it up or anything, just keep it, aired out, let it air out. And it really still looked so horrible. And then I just had the brainstorm to just really rub coconut oil all over it, and within 24 hours that dog was fine, and the hair grew back right away, and it got all nice and beautiful again, and his foot looked beautiful, because that's my hammy mouse, and I don't let anything happen to my hammy mouse man. Love him so he's here this week, and Ellie too. Everybody's here. But this is Bunny's anniversary, and Herman really was with us when we found Bunny in the stump, the stump at Forest Park, and so he's celebrating with us too. Bunny's Bunnyversary. Bunny's been with us 12 years. I don't know where Bunny is. Bunny, Wyode. He'll be in later, I'm sure. He's being good. I'll have tuna fish for him later. He's going to have a nice celebration. And I'm sure when we make lobster, that cat loves shrimp, lobster, scallops. He'll be in on that. Sushi. The fucking cat eats he loves me. Right? Yeah, he's like, mommy eats the best food. Right, because Chris doesn't really go in for all that. Here and there, he'll have it if we prepare it. And we prepare it real fancy and good, and he'll like it. Like crab cakes. He liked when I made those crab cakes. They were great. We're due for crab cakes again. All right, we are due for crab cakes again. Um, but God, Herman would have loved those crab. He does love the crab cakes. Whenever we eat something, he does eat it. Yeah, but yeah, that dog loved everything. Let's face it, there was not many things Herman didn't love to eat. He even loved, when Chris had cancer and was doing chemo. He was mighty sick. He had the port in his chest, and it was a real struggle, and he lost a lot of weight. And it's important to keep the appetite up and to keep the attitude, not from getting depressed and down, and just keep the sleep rhythms good. And he didn't want to smoke anything because he was recovering from cancer, not lung cancer, but still he was recovering from cancer. And I started baking marijuana brownies, and that was even before we grew our own. We were buying the marijuana from a friend, and that dog loved the fucking. I was making pumpkin marijuana brownies and pumpkin marijuana pound cake, and that dog was so into that. Herman loved getting fucking stoned out on marijuana brownies. He loved it, right? Yeah. Herman was like Mr. Natural. Like that dog was like really fucking hip. He loved drinking beer. Like those crap beers we have now, he would have loved those beers. He would have loved them. He loved all kinds of human things. He was very much like, why can't I have that? Give me that. I'm all about the communal thing, Ma. Come on. Right. So I treated those animals and continue to treat my animals really good. And that's again why, you know, I know them as entities and souls who are very smart, and they're sentimental, and they get embarrassed and they get angry, and they also love like nobody else down here knows how to love. And that's why, if I see a picture of somebody like that dude, Joseph Fox, holding up a fucking deer's head, it looks like the life is almost still in the thing's eyes. It's practically, you know, so newly dead. And the big smile on that guy's face, I'm sorry, it makes me fucking sick to my stomach. So you can take as many pretty photographs as you want, but that's the photograph that I'll always associate with you. And I'm not interested in seeing any of your other photographs anymore because I'm seeing them through the eyes of a killer, and I'm not interested. Very good, Lena. Yeah. And all your little followers can go ahead and follow you because they're insane. And you know what? I never heard such a stupid fucking speech as the one supposed motivational speech that guy made. Can I repeat it? Go ahead. This is what an example, the only example I saw of any of his motivational speeches. You tell me if this makes any sense. And all of his followers were like, "You're so amazing, the things you say." Okay, check it out. It's a video of him walking on like a beach or something. Well, he's always near Rockaway. And he's like, uh, nobody is bad with names. There's no such thing. When people say I'm really bad with names, those people are good with names. Let me explain why. They're just hard on themselves because they wish they were better with names. But in reality, they're very good with names. So what they need to just do is write the names down. When you meet somebody, write their name down. And soon you'll start remembering everybody's name. But you're not bad with names, so stop telling yourself you're bad with names. What are you fucking talking about, you jerk? Many people are bad with names, are horrible with names. What are you going to write? So what are they going to do? They're going to write... Let me get this straight. They're going to walk around with a pen and paper, and they're going to write down every name they hear when they meet somebody. And then what are you going to do, Joseph Fox? You're going to draw a little fucking caricature of the fucking idiot's face next to the name? Because how do you expect to remember it? Unless you're just going to take a picture of every moron you meet and put it in your computer and put their name. That's probably what you do. Is that what you do? You probably do that because you're on that fucking computer all day long because it's made you like Mr. Popular guy. Late in life, you're running around killing reindeers and posting pictures, and everybody's patting you on the back and kissing your bald-headed ass. And yeah, so people are bad with names. They suck with names. That's why people say, I'm bad with names. They're being honest. They're bad with names. Don't go around telling people lies that make no sense because it's something they want to hear. Oh, that means I'm really smart. I'm bad with names. That must mean because Joseph Fox told me I'm fucking not bad with names. I mean, that must mean I'm good with names. No, you're not, you dick. You're still bad with names. What's my name, asshole? Jesus. You don't know it. Who do you think you are, Brainiac Puzzle Kid? Brainiac Puzzle Kid? Brainiac Puzzle Kid. Brainiac Puzzle Kid. He can do anything. He can make a puzzle, but he's very bad with names. But at least he has the brains to admit it. Which is something you don't. And I never seen such a cheap-looking fucking little bottle of seasoning salt you got sitting next to that reindeer meat. What a sad-looking little kitchen you got going there, pal. Making fucking reindeer meatballs and sitting there with your glass of wine. Look to vomit looking at this picture. Lena, you don't got to worry just because that guy's a cop, you know? Yeah, because when I first saw it, I was like, oh, geez, John, this fucking dude that we've been fucking blasting, he's a goddamn cop. Sorry, father, mother. Ma, dad, yeah. Gee, dad. Yeah, sorry, daddy. Well, it's all right. You got nothing to worry about. What? Because he's got so many followers? Do you see what those followers are all about? Don't even go to their pages if you don't like his page. Yeah, I ain't gonna. Yeah, don't even bother. Don't even bother. Anybody who calls himself a motivational speaker, also anybody who's like, everyone follow me, I follow no one. That's warning sign right there. He's thinking that he's better than everyone and he's got all the advice, and they're all just like, well, he must because he says so. He takes a couple of, inspirational kind of looking pictures, says a few stupid words, but if you look at all the words that he says, it's all claptrap. Yeah, I wasn't particularly moved by everything is just like, the creator allows me to capture these scenes, and it's like, and then that's when he finally defriended me when I wrote, yes, but the creator did not design you to capture and murder animals. Fucking lunatic. You know, this is your wake-up call, Joseph Fox, because I know you're going to be watching these videos now, because as John says, you cannot unsee what you have seen, and you cannot unlearn what you have learned. You can try to close your eyes, and that's what you're trying to do right now, but you know what? You're an old guy, and you're going to be crossing over really soon, if your looks are any indication. I don't know how old you are, but you ain't aging too good, in any case. And, this is your wake-up call. You have time to rectify it, and by rectify it, God and Mother want you to change your message. Since you have so much influence, you have to say, I was wrong. This deer killing thing is not the way to go. I was wrong. It's as simple as that. You don't have to change your whole fucking life. You can still eat your little meatballs if it's going to kill you not to. You'll deal with that when you cross over. There'll just be some extra penance for you to pay, knowing what you know now and still eating your little meatballs. But I'll tell you one thing. Nobody here gets out alive. And I'll tell you another thing. Nobody crosses over and doesn't have to answer for every stupid thing they did after they get the wake-up call. Here's the ticket. You didn't get your wake-up call yet, except ding, 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 today, yesterday, the day you met me and John. That's when you got your wake-up call. Are you processing this? Wake up!